Hi everyone, Shanawa here from the Redeem Family. Today I want to talk to you about the Redeem Family's motto, which is feed from the right tree. So, feed from the right tree. What trees are we talking about? So, there were two trees in the center of the Garden of Eden. One was the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and the other one was the tree of life. And they represented two different ways of living, two different approaches to life. Well, we know that man ultimately chose to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which essentially gave him a conscience where he began to lean to his own understanding of right and wrong, what he felt was right in his own eyes. And this led him to behave and make decisions in ways that were completely apart from God's instruction, his heart, his nature. This whole theme of people doing what is right in their own eyes is the Old Testament is filled with examples of how destructive that is and just how disturbing mankind's actions are apart from God. The book of Judges is a really good example of people doing what is right in their own eyes. In fact, that line is repeated throughout that book. Ultimately, when we lean to our own understanding and do what's right in our own eyes, it leads to death and destruction. The other tree in the garden, on the other hand, was the tree of life. And the tree of life represented Jesus, God's way. It's all about God's heart and his view on everything. And eating from that tree absolutely leads to life in relationships, work, church, and every aspect of life. So when we say feed from the right tree with the with the Redeemed family, what we're saying is let's renew our mind and feed on what God's word says and what he reveals of his heart and his nature in his word so that we have life in our relationships and our families, at work, and at church.